Grab your glasses and checklist. Let's go birding. The vampiric loaded ogre vulture, Manipulatus progressivus plutocrati, also known as the Hungarian ghoulish loony goon, the ghastly cash grams buzzard, and the dreaded corrupt funding psycho coot. If you ever see this cash flush grandpa buzzard coming your direction while birding, grab your stuff and head the opposite direction. This parasitic vampire coot is bad news. It has been found roosting all around the world and funding preened, aggressive parasitic birds, from the lowly agitator activist birds to judges and politicians in your governments, and it's been doing it faster than a seagull eating french fries in a McDonald's parking lot. This bird will flock with many other dangerous globalist birds. It is one of the true self-righteous birds with a hunger for power and control, much like that of the conehead Colonel Klink coffin snoozer, but without pushing a scammy racket. The song of this loony goon is rather annoyingly slow and jumpy, but directional, and it means what it squawks. The majority of its song consists of harsh and ohs. The status of this bird is alarming. The conehead Colonel Klink coffin snoozer, Demandus elitist globalisti, also known as the imperial puppeteer racket raven, the coffin slumbering Nosferatu buzzard, and the insectivorous fear-stoking scam coot. There are several very poisonous birds that until recently most birders around the world were not familiar with, and one of those is the conehead Colonel Klink coffin snoozer, more appropriately named the imperial puppeteer racket raven. This is the figurehead bird controlling other globalist birds within your country, and many of birdseed trails lead directly to this bird. This coffin slumbering buzzard may somewhat resemble a dead bird, but it is very active and aggressively pushing its plan for the entire world of birds. The racket raven is a disturbed, self-righteous propaganda bird, peddling a tremendous world-changing scam that will have every bird everywhere controlled by a flock of deranged elite birds. The song of this fear-stoking scam coot generally consists of a jumbled mix of harsh guttural sounds, and if you are close enough, you may even hear some actual words. Some of those words may be arranged into sentences and sort of sound like it saying, "You must eat insects," and "You will own no nest, but you will enjoy it with sauerkraut." This bird has been known to flock with the vampiric loaded ogre vulture, but it is unlikely that they would roost together in the same coffin. Now try to unsee that. The status of this bird is alarming, even though it looks extinct. The exalted woke-pushing cash reaper, Agendae briberus insiderus, also known as the influential amoral finance finch, the envirosocial peddling backpeddler, and the woke crusading capitalist cronycock. A lot of birdwatchers love to observe financial birds. The exalted cash reaper is one of the biggest and also happens to be one of the most poisonous, like the conehead Colonel Klink coffin snoozer and the vampiric loaded ogre vulture. This capitalist cronycock is a dangerous globalist bird and is one of, if not the top facilitator bird that is making you follow its agenda. It is not just making you comply with its woke-based plan, it is using your money to do so. Literally using your money. Unless you keep all your cash buried in the yard, there is a very good chance this slippery bird is using it at will. The song of the finance finch used to be crystal clear at one time. There was no mistaking what its song was about. But after being called out, it has changed its song. But only the words. It will never stop flying forward with its worldly plan. The cash reaper may not be the most exciting bird to watch, but the uncomfortable backpedaling of this peddler is entertaining. The lies that follow are not very convincing, though. The status of this bird is alarming. Do not feed these birds. Happy birding!